Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns. Welcome to 333 Magic 9, where the tarot cards and the stars work together to bring you insights of a cosmic nature for your life. Please take a moment to subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications so you'll know when new videos are put up. FYI, I am using a 0-degree equal house chart, so the small numbers in the center of the circle may not match, but the interpretations are correct. I am doing this to conserve paper due to the many forests that are being destroyed by fire. Now, let us take a closer look at your cards and stars. October is always a transitional month, and the first week of October starts under the light of the full moon. You see it right here, the sun in opposition to the moon, and the tarot card Luna, or the moon. Now, this card is often associated with difficulties or deceptions when dealing with other people. But because of the full moon and all the extra emotional energy and sensitivity that's around under a full moon, this card can also represent enhanced psychic abilities. The question becomes, will you be able to keep yourself clear and avoid misunderstanding other people and their motives? It's important that you do not let your imagination run wild. Rather, use your imagination as a productive tool. And this may be helped because there is a conjunction of the moon with Chiron, the wounded healer. Now, from the 1st through the 7th, it might be a little bit difficult because the full moon represents an opposition. So the sun is in opposition to the moon. So the 9th house of understanding in opposition to the 3rd house of intellect. Now, this full moon can have you feeling restless and fidgety as your emotions may conflict with your logic. It's important to watch where you're going and that you say your words carefully. They may have more of an emotional impact than you realize. So keep one eye on the practical details and you will not make a mistake. So don't let your mind wander too much. The next important change comes as the planet Venus goes into the sign of Virgo and your 8th house. Now, Virgo is not the happiest sign for Venus because Virgo tends to be a little critical, and it's very hard in a love affair to be critical of your lover because it just doesn't work too well. So Venus transiting your 8th house actually can intensify your sensual nature. Now, that's a good thing. You might find that you have the ability to join your resources, because this is shared resources or shared energy, with the resources of others for financial gain and perhaps some intimate excitement. This house also rules the psychic and the intuition. So you should take time to listen closely to the feelings that you have about the people you're involved with. The second week is October 7th through 16th, and I call this the week of the clash between the warriors. And there is also the coming confusion of a Mercury retrograde, and that's always a little bit difficult. So we'll use the Tower card from the tarot to describe this conflict of energy. Now, the Tower is a card of disruption and unforeseen change. No one likes surprises, especially if the surprise destroys the status quo or what we've become accustomed to. But not all changes are bad. So you have to be careful not to be too quick in your reaction time. So don't go flying off the handle. And don't let your ego get out of control. Others may be looking for a fight. And because of the excess energy of these oppositions, this might be a fight to the finish. So the week will end as flighty Mercury up in the 10th house here, opposes erratic Uranus in the 4th house. This is a disruptive and confusing energy, and this aspect happens twice this month, on the 7th and the 19th. And that is due to the retrograde motion of Mercury. He'll go by, he'll go back, he'll go by again. So that'll happen a little later. So Uranus in the 4th house suggests that there may be some conflicts between your family responsibilities, that's down here in the 4th house, and your career responsibilities. So you need to keep a balance in both areas, or you may cause yourself some grief. Willfulness and selfishness will create emotional problems. The opposition to Mercury in the 10th house of status and career requires using common sense when balancing your career and your family responsibilities. Then we move to Mars in the 3rd house. Now he will stimulate your mind and may give you a bit of wanderlust. You'll want to go places and do things. Your mind may be sharp, but your words may be also competitive. So watch the tone of your voice and watch what you write. And that is particularly true because of this square aspect here to Pluto. And Pluto is in your 12th house of limitations, hidden fears, and challenges that you need to purge. So the square from Mars to Pluto is very dynamic, and it deals, because of the 12th house and the down here at the bottom, the 3rd house, it deals with perhaps subconscious things, energies in your mind, some memories, and the ability perhaps to unlock some of the potential of your dreams. Some people might say there's nightmares here too, but yes, there is the power of dreams. Now, a powerful comprehension of life's secrets, this is the house of secrets, this is the intellect, can empower you. So madness is emotional fear. Illumination may be the gift of this energy. The Hanged Man is the final card for this week. Now, the Hanged Man really looks like it's a very difficult card because the guy is hanging upside down, he's tied by his feet, his hands behind his back. I mean, he looks like he can't do anything. But in actuality, this is not necessarily a negative card because the Hanged Man looks, if you look closely, in a very peaceful situation. Yes, he is upside down, but that can be exactly what we need because this can give us a different perspective on our life. And what is happening is Mercury is now going retrograde. He's happening in the 10th house, the house of career and status, and that'll occur on the 13th of the month. Now, this suggests that diligence and paying attention to detail will be extremely important, especially when working on career projects. There could be a lot of confusing energy around. So you need to just keep your cool and look at things carefully and be prepared because there's another energy coming along here, and that is the Sun. And the Sun is going to be conjunct or in the same place as Mercury on the 25th. Now the Sun energizes, and Mercury going retrograde confuses, so there could be a little extra confusion, and people might not exactly be expressing the truth. Who knows what the truth is anyway? So what you need to know is what you believe and why you think it is right. Doesn't mean you are right, but you need to know why. The third week is October 17th through the 24th, and the card for this week is the Lovers. And I always say, I love this card. Now, this card often suggests that a choice must be made between following the path of pleasure and wonderfulness, or there's also the possibility of flirting with temptation. Now, there may be some important choices that need to be made, and they must be guided by your higher inspiration and your higher aspirations. You must remember that love is serious business. It's a commitment between two people. It's not just an adventure. So, what is happening during this week is that there is a Venus-Neptune opposition. Venus represents the earthy love, the lower level of love, and Neptune represents the higher spiritual nature of love. So when Venus and Neptune are in opposition, those rose-colored glasses may get shattered because you may be seeing what you want to see and not what really is there. So do be a little bit careful there. However, I have to say there's some help on the horizon, and that is because there is a double trine of Venus to Pluto and Venus to Saturn, and that can be very helpful. Now, Pluto, being in your 12th house, has spent a long time there, and it's bringing a very deep sense of catharsis to you. You may be seeking the secrets of your own soul, and you may be able to make changes on the deepest level. So that can be very positive, and that can be helped by this beautiful trine from Venus, because Venus intensifies your sensual nature and your psychic nature. You may find that you have the ability to join your energy with another person's on a very high level, and you may be able to do that both in a business sense and an intimate sense. So there could be some excitement coming. Now, the trine from Venus to Saturn is also good because Saturn is always a stabilizing factor. And he wants to stabilize your unconscious habit patterns, and he wants to help you get rid of your fears. And with this setup here, over the course of the last few years, especially with Saturn and Pluto and Jupiter all together in your 12th house, you are becoming more spiritually evolved, and you are able to develop a deep sense of peacefulness within your spirit. The card for the beginning of week 4, October 25th through the 31st, is the Four of Swords. Now, as you look at this card, you might, first see the swords and not see that the person is actually at rest or in repose. And that's a very good thing, because think about all the action that has taken place in this transitional month of October. I mean, there's just been a lot of energy around. So you may need to gather your forces by spending some quiet time, being in solitude for a while. And it's a very good idea because there is another jolt coming, and that is the combination of the full moon and Uranus, and that is why we have the card, the Wheel of Fortune, because this is an appropriate card for the change energy and the opportunity energy that is going to be in the air. Now, the full moon conjunction will occur down here. You can see the moon travels all the way around and joins up with Uranus, and the sun will move here, and that's where the opposition will be. So the opposition is from the sun in your 10th house of status and career, and your 4th house, which is your emotional foundations, home and family. So you need to have a balance between what you need in a personal security sense and perhaps in a career and success sense. So there may be some sudden and unexpected changes that bring some new responsibilities that maybe even conflict with your home and family responsibilities. And that's part of the reason why balance will be needed. So you cannot give up on your ambitions in career, but you cannot forget the responsibilities that you also have at home. So you must maintain vigilance in your career and at the same time not allow your ambitions to blind you or create problems in your home. And this might take a little everyday genius, but you can still exploit your career opportunities while maintaining a solid emotional foundation. Thank you for watching. Please like and share these videos with your friends, for they are free. That's a great price. And I hope you have a great month.